Raise your hand if you have ever freaked out because you need to get up in front of a group of people and speak, whether it be a networking meeting or you're on live or you're doing stories or you have to do a presentation to a client, whatever it is, it makes you sweat. Maybe you get a little nervous, your voice cracks, whatever it is. I'm going to help you today. I'm going to give you 8 things that you can do to improve your public speaking skills. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Episode 104 starts right now. Welcome to the Laura Shipman Show minicast, a special edition of my podcast where it's just you, me, my mic, your earphones, plus quick tips and hacks you can implement immediately to improve your life and your business. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Let's dive in. Okay, let's jump right into it. We are in minicast mode. Okay, the first thing that you need to do to improve your speaking skills is to watch your filler words. What are filler words? You know exactly what they are. And when I say what they are, you are going to notice it in somebody's speech pattern. And I'm telling you, it's going to drive you crazy. But you'll notice what I mean after I tell you what they are. So words like, like, well, so. How many times do you hear people say so and they start talking? Those are filler words, and they can dramatically decrease the efficacy of your point. They can be more harmful than impactful when you use them in your speech. So instead of using those words, start getting into the habit of pausing. It's okay to pause before your next phrase, sentence, word. Actually, it gives your audience the opportunity to digest what you're saying. It's a great way to make your point and to create impact. So really think about that and be very conscious of the words you're using and take pauses. It's okay to breathe. It really is, I promise. The next thing is kind of obvious, but people sometimes forget to do this, and it's really know your content. And what I mean by this is take the time to just review what you're going to say so you feel really confident in the information that you're going to deliver to your audience. All right, the next thing is mindset. Mindset is absolutely everything. Spend some time imagining and visualizing and believing that you are going to deliver a spectacular presentation. Like, feel it. If you can go ahead and visualize all of this stuff, it's half the battle. However, if you think you are going to bomb, you know what? Most likely you will. It's like what Henry Ford once said. He said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So think about that the next time you go to present something. Okay, here's a good one. Know your audience. Know who's going to be there, why they're attending, their level of expertise, knowledge, and what their expectations are. This is going to help you deliver the best presentation possible. If you're not really going to know who your audience is, make it a point to talk to the organizer of whoever is organizing the presentation for you and ask them some really good questions about who the audience is and what they're expecting. It's going to help you so much. And also when it comes to your audience, what works really well for me is involving them in as much of your presentation as possible. The more interactive you can make your presentation, the more or the better received it will be. For example, if you can ask them questions or to vote, or if you have time for people to give examples, if you can have that kind of interaction from your audience, do it. It makes a huge difference in how your presentation is received. Okay, the next one, let's talk practice. Yes, take the time to practice your presentation. Know when you want to make your impacts. Know where your pauses should come into play. Know how you're going to start things off and how you're going to close out. Once you have that rhythm down, your presentation will go off flawlessly and you'll be so grateful that you did take the time to practice. My next tip for you is one you may not be expecting. Join Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? It's an international organization that meets weekly, and it helps you improve your speech. You will learn how to recognize your filler words. You'll learn how to anticipate when your filler words are coming, and you'll be trained to take pauses. You'll also be trained to think on your feet. Really look into it. It's an affordable membership and it's worth its weight in gold. It really, truly is. You will become a more organized speaker. Again, you will get rid of those filler words and you'll take command of your presentation. It helps me out tremendously. Both my husband and myself joined Toastmasters and we were members for a couple of years, and the two of us can't say enough great things about it. So really look into Toastmasters. My next tip is work on your vocabulary. Really, have you ever noticed that when you're listening to a very good speaker, they've got a command of the audience, that their vocabulary is very diverse? They do a phenomenal job of using very descriptive words and they get into their presentation and it's almost, I don't want to say theatrics, but they do. They have highs and lows and it's all about the words that they're using to explain whatever it is they're explaining to the audience. If they were, now think of like somebody that you listened to recently and that you really enjoyed their presentation. If they were able to keep your attention, what was it that did it for you? It was probably how they spoke. It was the words they used, the inflection in their voice, the emotion they used. So think about how you're using your vocabulary the next time you speak. My last tip for you is to become a storyteller. We love stories as human beings. And a good story can capture your attention. It has a beginning, a middle, and the end. And it also helps the audience feel those emotions that we talked about earlier. So think about that. So let's run through the list really quickly. The first one you're going to do is you're going to watch for your filler words. The second one is know your content inside and out. Know what you're going to talk about. Number 3, get in the right mindset. Tell yourself you can and visualize crushing it on stage. The next one is know your audience, know who's going to be there, what they expect, what language they want to hear from you. Practice. I don't think I need to say anything more about that. Join Toastmasters. Almost every major city has a Toastmasters. Check it out. You will be thanking me later, I promise. Expand your vocabulary and then tell stories. Get used to telling stories. Well, that's it for this mini cast. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, stay social, my friends. Before you go, I just want to say thank you for tuning in and listening today. And I wanted to share something with you. As a podcaster, it's a unique experience because you're talking into a microphone and you're sending a message out there. And it's almost like talking to a black hole of sorts. You really don't know who's hearing your message and if it's resonating with anyone, if you've impacted anyone that day, all of those things. And it means so much to podcasters when you leave a message back for us, letting us know that, hey, the episode was great, or I would love to hear something about this, or just letting us know that you're there. It is huge. So if you could do me the favor of either just leaving me a DM on Instagram, messaging me through Facebook, or leaving a review on whatever podcast app you listen to, I would greatly appreciate it. I just would love to get to know you on a deeper level, maybe have some sort of communication. Maybe you even have suggestions for a show idea. I would love to hear from you. So don't be shy. Go ahead, hit me up on the socials, and I will see you next time.